Hey everybody. Hope you're having a great week. Thanks for all your hard work with the negotiation exercise. It creates a little bit of extra work to run through that exercise, but it's a fun one, and I hope you found the value in that. Perhaps something that you've noticed is it takes a lot of work, and you can understand, maybe get a glimpse of why it takes so long sometimes for these strikes and negotiations to pan out. You get differing views, you get competing values in place, and you've got to compromise. You've got to come up with a solution. So hopefully you found the value in that, and really the value of communication, setting your expectations, and learning how to give and take. It's a skill in relationships, a skill in business. I just want to leave a thought with you from the Book of Mormon, Omni chapter 1, verse 26. One of those verses in the Book of Mormon that just really jumps out and reminds us of the purpose of this great book in our lives. And now, my beloved brethren, I would that you should come unto Christ, who is the Holy One of Israel, and partake of his salvation and the power of his redemption. Yea, come unto him and offer your whole souls as an offering unto him, and continue in fasting and prayer, and endure to the end. And as the Lord liveth, you will be saved. As we give our lives to the Lord, we can't repay him. And that's a testimony, that verse, to me, to remind me that Jesus Christ is the only way. He is the only way to peace. There's no alternatives to him. And so I'm thankful for the restoration of the gospel. And it saddens me that people leave the blessings of the restored gospel for other things. Those other things, there's no alternative to the Savior in our lives. And so I invite you to, Omni prompts us to do, is to give your whole souls to him. I've been thinking about this week's topic, and it coincides with a lot of what I'm dealing with in HR. Of course, the company I work for is non-union, but I've been thinking about the importance of taking care of your frontline employees. It's really important to take care of your frontline employees in certain types of business, especially if you have clients that are making demands of you. They are crunching the numbers, they're on you, they're demanding reductions, they're looking at ratios, they're looking at head counts. All of that's on paper, but what it comes down to is those actions affect people's lives. And if we're putting our employee workforce first, we're going to handle those issues. Even if we do have to, make a reduction, we're going to handle those the right way. And so putting people first, as cheesy and cliche as it is, we've got to put the people side of business at the forefront. Sometimes that takes sacrifice. Sometimes we have to sacrifice a bit on the bottom line, but really there's trade-off. And we'll talk about that in another week or two, about looking at those type of decisions. There's other ways to work through challenges in business. We don't always have to cut the labor force. We don't always have to cut the wage block. We need to cut the fat where we have it, instead of look directly at the people that make our business run. So, and again, business is tough. Business is brutal. When I was on campus, we had a gentleman come and speak to us who was a top business leader. He was also in Area Authority 70. And he says, I pray daily for the Lord to get me out of business, get me in something else. He said, because business has become corrupted. It's become focused on the bottom line. When in reality, business is focused on serving people. And he referenced a time when Brigham Young and the new saints that had arrived there were trying to settle the valley. And one of their initiatives was going door to door to sell rags, to try to stimulate economy and to help people, providing a minuscule product, but it was for people. And then that developed from there. It's service, it's not bottom line. The bottom line is a byproduct. The bottom line is a byproduct of the people that we serve. So in your work, look to how you can best serve. And for those of you who are not yet into a career, look for a career where you can serve and put forth your best efforts for others. So just a thought I've been having, and it's something that is important to me, and something that I've seen both sides of. Companies that value their people they flourish, and they make better decisions. They perform better because they're taking care of their people. Whereas companies that are focused on the client and they're focused on the bottom line and they're focused on the metrics and squeezing the juice out of every little thing, people aren't happy, and you got to have happy people. So something to think about and consider. And if you can do that and find companies that value those things, you're going to be better off. So keep up the great work. I'm going to remain diligent in working through the things that I still owe you. It's been a busy semester for me, but that's no excuse. I'll continue to get feedback out to you. I know I also will do that specifically, and look forward to reading your upcoming doohickeys papers. If you have questions, please email me, shoot me a text message, whatever works for you. My phone number is 208-705-0867. You have my email address, and we have the Google community. So catch me anytime, and we'll go from there. Thanks for all your work this semester, and have a great evening.